4-home duplex living house next door. So we'll talk about this after 4 o'clock because the folks have been fighting this in Livermore, California, have an attorney who's advising them. We're familiar with Stuart Glassman. They'll be on after 4, that they may be able to file a lawsuit to fight back against these bills and the war on single-family housing. Survey came out. It was taken beyond the United States, a few countries like the United Kingdom and Australia. And it's kind of stunning because 40% of the people surveyed, 40%, it was almost 6,000 people of working age, say that they're ready, they're somewhat likely to quit their job in the next 3 to 6 months. See, my theory on this is that, not for everyone, but for a percentage of people, the pandemic resulted in some kind of shakeout on certain aspects of their life, and some people decided that they need like major changes. You notice a lot of people did move last year. And some of that's because they were allowing remote working from home and stuff like that. They realized they didn't have to stay in an expensive place like San Francisco. But other people just kind of, but it might surprise you, the reasons, and it's not about the money. Which brings us to some of the...
This is sad and pathetic.
Yeah, some of the, one of the most common answers was that people do not feel valued by their managers. They're not feeling like they belong. Well, I guess if they're working from home, you might not feel like you belong anymore.
And you don't feel valued by your manager or your company. Boy,
Yeah.
is this not the millennial trophy?
It does seem like that's creeping into this, that the idea of, right, I need to be loved and hugged
You
and
need to
valued.
be loved and hugged. No, you just have, you need to only get a paycheck. All they owe you is a paycheck. They don't owe you
They
a
want to
hug.
be appreciated.
Oh, that's what you got a dog for. I don't understand this
Oh,
philosophy.
yeah, the way this is written here is exactly what you just said. While companies are boosting pay and offering bonuses, some employees sense that's just a transaction. Their
Yeah.
real needs aren't being met. They want to feel a sense of shared identity.
What the hell are you talking about? This is written in a foreign language. You go to work for a sense of a shared identity? What do you mean an identity?
They want
There's
to feel a
work to
part of
do.
something,
You-
not just a
Why?
drone at a desk.
Well, you're not. You're a drone at a desk. Well, I don't understand this. I mean, didn't everybody figure this out when they were little kids? At some point, in order to eat, you have to go and exchange your work, and then they'll give you pay. And then the pay buys you the food. That's it. That's all they can
That's
offer
old
you.
line thinking.
So
Today, people really want to be emotionally involved.
oh, that is so.
They want to share.
That's
They want to,
childish.
they want to,
That's little kid stuff. That is a complete lack of maturity. It is. That means people haven't grown up into men and women. They're still little boys and girls. Mommy, do you love me? Do you really, really love me?
yeah, well,
First of all,
there's been many books over the years written about employee morale, which is part of what this is, trying to get your workers into their jobs and into staying with your
you
company.
get morale by doing your job well and knowing you're good at it.
And being rewarded with pays and
And
promotions.
you get pay. And if you're good enough, you'll get promoted. Maybe you stink at your job, so you're not getting the hugs because a lot of people are no good at their jobs, and a lot of the jobs are really not worth very much to the company. If you don't want to do it, they got 100 other guys to do it. I mean, that's the real world. The real world is, for most people, whatever you do, a lot of people can do. So
Yeah, well-
you get a boss. By the way, the you know about 4 to 5% of the country are made up of sociopaths, right?
I never heard that exact percentage.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. About 1 out of 25 people are sociopaths. Do you know what they become? Executives. It means they have no empathy. They don't care. That's how they get to their position. Well, you're not going to get a sociopath to hug you. It's not going to happen. They're not interested in your identity, in your shared experience, or what the hell you're babbling about. I mean, the whole world has become a therapy session. I'm telling you, Oprah screwed up the culture. She did.
Oprah.
Oprah did.
Oprah.
Everybody started going on TV and they're talking about their traumas and their
Emoting,
sensitivities
yeah.
and they're emoting. And ever since then, now you have a whole generation, maybe two generations, who now believe that the purpose of life is to be applauded and approved of and hugged and praised. No, it's not that way. Nobody's going to do that for you, so go quit your job then. Go quit your job and tell the next guy, well, I felt like I wasn't being appreciated. I wasn't being loved. I didn't feel like I had a shared identity. Geez, they're going to throw you out too. Nobody wants to hear this.
We've got more coming up.
What a sad, pathetic society. Good Lord. You're lucky you're eating. John and Ken, Mark Runner is the news.
Dog the Bounty Hunter has added $10,000 to the reward to help find Brian Laundrie, the missing fiancé of Gabby Petito. The U.S. Supreme Court says Justice Brett Kavanaugh has tested positive for COVID-19. He has no symptoms and is fully vaccinated. And Jimmy Carter turns 97 today. He's the oldest living president in U.S. history. Got some trouble on the 5. We'll give you details next.
One of the worst surprises you can experience is when you get into an accident and you're injured, and that's where our friends at Sweet James Accident Attorneys come in.
Yeah, you see, personal injury is the only thing that Sweet James does, and they have helped thousands of listeners just like you. We're talking to you. It's the medical treatment you really need and recover millions of dollars for them every month.
Hey, we're talking to you. There's no justice in accepting a lowball offer
None.
from the insurance company after the injury has changed your life.
They're going to need help navigating the legal system to make sure you get the medical care you need, get your vehicle repaired, and get the most amount of money possible. And know this, you will not pay a dime until they win your case.
If you're hurt in an accident, you call Sweet James, free consultation, 24/7, 800-500-5200, 800-500-5200, sweetjames.com. Get justice with Sweet James.
This is former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
It's a battle for first place in the NFC West when the Rams host the Cardinals on Sunday. Some good news for the Rams backfield. Head coach Sean McVay said that running back Darrell Henderson Jr. will play on Sunday after missing last week's game with a rib injury. And in a 911 call before his arrest, a security guard claims that John Jones' fiancée was bleeding from the nose and mouth and was scared to return to the hotel room where the UFC champ was staying. I'm J.D. Haffron.
Staples Connect helps your business grow with custom printed sales and marketing materials. Get 20% off signs, banners, or posters when you spend $75 or more. Explore what's new at your local Staples. Offer ends 10/2. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/signage for details. Staples Connect. We got to slow down on the 5 in Irvine.
Well, it begins right at the 133 freeway, but those delays take you all the way to the 110, make that the 2 as you travel in towards the Atwater Village area. It's a long, slow drive this afternoon. Let's head out to the beach. We've got Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky, sponsored by Injury Attorney, SuperwomanSuperLawyer.com. It's in Santa Monica.
Yeah, beautiful day at the beach, but not so beautiful if you're leaving Santa Monica on the 10. The 10 eastbound. That loads up there just about Cloverfield. From there through Mid-City into downtown Los Angeles, very heavy. It's only going to loosen up by just a tad there. It'll be back on the brake City Terrace, much of the way through West Covina. And just a little break again. Back on the brakes from Carryall interchange out to a problem clearing at Mountain and Upland. Looks like a couple of right lanes blocked on that, so really adding to the misery there. The 605 southbound at Peck Road, clearing out of the 2 right lanes there. Over to the right shoulder now, but still very heavy on that stretch out of Irwindale, starting about Lower Azusa. And a lot of that slowing is going to shift up ahead down towards the 5. Injured in an accident? Visit SuperwomanSuperLawyer.com. Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky.
Ontario, the 15 southbound flows at the 10 into Norco. More delays from the 15 to Wyrick Road. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez.
This report is sponsored by Sam and Ash Injury Law. If you find yourself in a situation where you're injured a little or a lot, this is so easy to remember. Sam and Ash avert the crash. Just in case, put this number in your phone. 800-304-2000. Call Sam and Ash, avert the crash. SamandAshLaw.com.
Well, you've heard me talk about my friends at Sunday and how they can sell your home fast without any repairs, without the hassle of dealing with showings, realtors, cleaning, or making upgrades. Now Sunday has made the process even easier for those who want to sell a property fast. Contact Sunday for your free no-obligation cash offer. They're going to visit your property, take photos, and do a 3D walkthrough. They'll package your property details and send it to the thousands of local investors in their database who are actively looking to buy properties. The average homeowner receives 12 offers on their property. It's quick and easy. Plus, you can close in as little as 10 days, or they have the flexibility to close in months. They can even give you a $20,000 cash advance, which will help with moving costs when you sell with Sunday. Go to Sunday.com, SUNDAE.com, or phone them, 800-25-OFFER. Get a free no-obligation cash offer at Sunday.com, SUNDAE.com. Sunday is a California licensed real estate broker, DRE license number 020-88298.
The ultimate whodunit that will leave you dying of laughter. Live on stage, Clue has murder and blackmail on a menu, and 6 mysterious guests arrive at Bonnie Manor, based on a 1985 cult movie. Clue opens September 24th. Tickets at LaMaradaTheater.com.
Remember when California was the Golden State?
Not anymore.
Soaring crime, overregulation, high taxes are forcing taxpayers to flee.
Well, now Newsmax's Rob Schmidt looks at what happened in his special series, California, It's Over.
Rob walks on the Reagan Ranch with Governor Kristi Noem, and he talks to the insiders, reports from Los Angeles.
Find out why you need to be worried, because California's mess may soon be coming to your state.
Watch Rob Schmidt on Newsmax at 7 p.m. Pacific time.
Newsmax is on every major cable system. Just check your cable guide.
If your cable system doesn't carry Newsmax, call your operator or switch to a service that does.
Get Newsmax on most streaming services like Samsung, Roku, Pluto, Zumo, or download the free Newsmax app on your smartphone.
Takes just seconds, and you can watch Newsmax anytime, anywhere.
California's nightmare is spreading. Watch Rob Schmidt on Newsmax tonight.
Well, fall's officially here, which means stormy weather and cold temps for everyone not living in SoCal. And now, the top 5 reasons to visit Morongo. Number 5.
Into the Woods giveaway. You get a sweet hydration backpack when you earn 500 points on your rewards card the 4th or 5th.
Number 4.
Get splashed with cash in the poker room. Every time a football team scores, we'll toss up to $100 cash in your table pot.
3.
It's National Taco Day at Fiesta Taco. Tacos are $3 or less on the 4th.
And the number 2.
Monster Mash. Just earn 500 points on your rewards card, and you're guaranteed to win up to $100 in cash or free slot play.
And the number 1 reason.
Football, baseball, basketball. Have a ball watching all the ball games on big screens everywhere you eat, play, and stay.
Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Morongo. Good times.
Our 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival, the ultimate once-in-a-lifetime music event, is coming to the CW. The biggest superstars in music finally step back on stage. Featuring Coldplay, Billie Eilish, Dua Lipa, J. Cole, Khalid, Darius Rucker, Cheap Trick, Journey, and more.
Music Festival.
14 acts, 1 stage, 1 television network.
Watch tomorrow and Sunday at 8 p.m. on KTLA 5, the CW.
Sunday night at 8.
L.A. County Sheriff Alex Villanueva, unscripted.
I'm being cheered on by the people in the high desert because they're legal grows. I'm being cheered on by the people in Venice, people on Olvera Street. Everyone was impacted by homeless throughout L.A. County.
What's the sheriff going to talk about?
Who is he going to talk about?
If the elites of the party want to see me resign, you're going to be disappointed. I'm not going anywhere.
KFI gives the mic to L.A. County Sheriff Alex Villanueva this Sunday night at 8.
On KFI.
John and Ken Show, John Covelt and Ken Champeau. It's KFI, AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Yeah, for a few minutes, the show's going to the dogs. These 2 dog stories are incredible. It looks like a family in a small town in Georgia, Noonan, Georgia, left their home for the day, and when they came back, they found a dead guy on their porch. He had been mauled to death by their pit bulls. He was there to break in and steal stuff. Oh, well. Good. They couldn't figure out what happened because the homeowner didn't know him, wasn't expecting him, wasn't home at the time, couldn't figure out what was going on.
They don't call ahead. They don't send you a notification like Amazon when a guy's coming over to steal your stuff.
No, but the idea was, well, do you know this person? They come to visit you. It's like, no, I've never seen this person in my life. And
Dogs did their job.
apparently he did get inside, and maybe he got mauled, and he tried to leave, and just collapsed and died
There should be more of that.
on the porch. And now they're wondering what's going to happen to the animals. I hope they're not.
Oh, they should be honored.
Well, normally when animals bite or kill people, they're often put down because that's considered to be
Not if,
unsafe.
not if it's criminals.
That's what I think.
That's why people have pit bulls.
And the other weird dog
Kill
story
criminals.
concerns the fact that apparently more and more dogs are apparently getting a hold of marijuana edibles. The story of a woman that's got a Chihuahua by the name of Bentley. She noticed he was not acting himself. He seemed to be in a haze. He usually would get a French fry offered to him after they went through a drive-through. This time, turned his head away. So she knew something was wrong. She took him to the vet.
He wanted to smoke it.
And apparently the vet discovered that the dog was stoned. He likely picked up a chocolate edible on the fields of a nearby middle school. That's all they could
A
surmise.
middle school. Right. Because
It's a treat. It can't be treat.
the seventh graders are getting stoned during recess.
The group's poison hotline found that more and more states having legalized recreational marijuana are reporting marijuana toxicity in dogs, that it is growing. And apparently, at least according to this story, the signs include lethargy, which, well, because pot users are kind of unsteadiness on the feet, depression, dilated eyes, dribbling urine.
Well,
I don't like that symptom.
it's like hippie counties, like in Marin County. It says dog owners increasingly say that their dogs are getting stoned while walking around the neighborhood. And one woman who lives in Stinson Beach said her toy poodle has been to the emergency room 4 times eating some form of marijuana while walking the neighborhood.
Yeah, they do think that some people are leaving the stuff out or feeding it to the dogs on purpose because what they think it's funny to get a dog stoned.
Probably is.
But they point out that the edibles that you see are meant for human beings, and dogs are not as big, and they can do a lot of damage to their body.
How about this in Aspen? Must be a lot of homeless people taking dumps in public. Vets think that there was a string of dogs getting poisoned by marijuana, and the local veterinarians think the dogs are eating human feces laced with pot.
Oh.
All right? So the homeless are crapping out poop brownies,
And dogs are eating the feces.
and the dogs are eating it.
Oh, that's
Well,
that's a good idea. Just keep your dog at home and on a leash, and keep an eye on them all times. Just make sure you know what they're
see,
eating.
that's an evolutionary flaw in dogs, is they eat poop. My dog eats his own poop.
Oh, is that true? Well, that's
Yeah.
recycling.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's why I don't want him to lick me.
All right, coming up next,
Because I know where that tongue has been.
could there be a challenge to these bills that are just signed by Gavin Newsom, the war on the single-family home? They would allow your neighbor in certain areas to sell their home, a single-family home, and the next thing you know, there's a 4-unit house next door. We're going to talk to an attorney who's working with a group called Livable California and how they may be able to take legal action to fight what could really hurt a lot of communities around the state. Coming up next.
Johnny Ken Show, and Deller's on, got the day off today. Mark Bronner has the news. Different Mark.
We tried less stimulating talk. It ended poorly.
KFI,
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
In prognosis for a shooting victim, I'm Mark Bronner, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The family of an 18-year-old woman shot by a school safety officer in Long Beach says she's brain dead and will soon be taking off of life support.
She will be taken off life support. We were told in the next 24 to maybe 72 hours.
Iran Rodriguez says his sister's organs will be donated. Mona Rodriguez, who was shot Monday while in a car that was driving away from a Millikan high school after a fight with a 15-year-old girl. Family lawyer Luis Carrillo says the officer should be arrested.
There is no justification whatsoever for what he did.
Carrillo says he wants the DA and the state attorney general to investigate. The LAPD says during a check of an illegally parked RV in North Hollywood, an officer found an assault rifle and a large amount of marijuana. Captain Hamid Mohammadi says the RV was reported stolen in June.
When he saw that there is no front plate or a rear plate on their RV, when he saw the VIN numbers also covered at that time, he obviously had some reasonable suspicion in regards to, well, what is the status of this vehicle?
Mohammadi says the man in the stolen RV has a lengthy criminal history and was on parole for a weapons-related felony. A drunk driver who ran over and killed a CHP officer in Lake Elsinore has been sentenced to 15 years to life in prison. Officer Steve Lacone was hit in April in 2019. He had been standing on the side of the 15 writing the driver a traffic ticket. LA school district students can now ride Metro for free. It's part of a pilot program that runs through June 2023. The free fare is also being offered to students in kindergarten through community college whose districts agree to share the cost with Metro. So far, about half of the districts in LA County say they're interested. U.S. Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh may have to delay his in-person return to the courtroom because of his own COVID-19 diagnosis. The High Court says Kavanaugh tested positive for the virus last night. Kavanaugh is fully vaccinated against COVID, and the court says he's not showing any symptoms. The justices are scheduled to return to the courtroom for an in-person term next Monday. The FDA says its advisory panel will meet in 2 weeks to discuss the Moderna and Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine booster shots. Both vaccines are currently authorized for emergency use for people 18 and older. Pfizer is the only company to have a vaccine booster shot approved so far. President Biden has met with House Democrats on Capitol Hill
To make the case for his legislative agenda.
White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says that includes the infrastructure bill and the president's Build Back Better agenda.
She wants to speak directly to members, answer their questions, and make the case for why we should all work together to give the American people more breathing room.
A vote on the $1.2 trillion infrastructure measure was delayed last night because of disagreement between progressives and moderates over a larger social spending bill. Today marks the 4th anniversary of the worst mass shooting in the U.S. A man opened fire from his hotel room in Las Vegas onto a country music concert across the way, killing 58 people. 2 died later of their injuries. The man used a bump stock on his gun to fire several rounds without stopping. Nevada Democratic Congressman Dina Titus wants to ban bump stocks, but this gun shop owner says he doesn't think that will do much.
It's going to keep the honest people honest, but those criminals out there, it won't matter.
Memorial events will be held in Vegas and Southern California, where many of the people who went to the concert lived. Dogs the Bounty Hunter has added $10,000 to the reward to help find the missing fiancé of a young woman found dead in Wyoming. Brian Laundrie has been MIA since mid-September, about 2 weeks after Gabby Petito was last seen. The Bounty Hunter and a K-9 team have been searching for Laundrie on an island off of St. Petersburg, Florida. Americans are expected to spend over $100 each on Halloween candy this year, but each state has its own sweet tooth.
For 14 years, CandyStore.com has been able to tell which candies are most popular in the state based on sales the month before Halloween, and the 2021 analysis is out. Here in California, we love our Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, followed by Skittles and M&M's. Our friends in Nevada love their Hershey's Kisses. In Oregon, it's all about the M&M's. And our neighbors north in Washington State are still trying to find out how many listed tickets to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. Jennifer Jones-Lee, KFI News.
You always bite the Tootsie Pop. We are looking at a crash on the 22 in Garden Grove.
It's along the eastbound side, coming up on Euclid. It looks like lanes may have just cleared here, but we're still seeing quite the backup getting away from Golden West, so it's a tough drive. And we've got Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky, sponsored by Injury Attorney, SuperwomanSuperLawyer.com, a Sacred in Hollywood.
Well, not much at least the way of accidents or stalls, but it is just a tough drive, both sides of the fence of the 101. 101 southbound, loading up right out of the Cahuenga Pass. That's going to be heavy into downtown Los Angeles from there. Northbound side of the 101, through downtown Los Angeles. It's just still loosen up a bit. They'll be back on the base from Hollywood Boulevard, much of the way through Encino from that point. Just one good gap there around the 170 split. Then 10 eastbound, just out in Upland there at Mountain. Good things for the 2 right lanes. Very tight on that stretch of the Kellogg interchange to 57. And if you're heading up to the Cajon Pass, good luck. 15 northbound, already jammed up from North Montana into the 138. Southbound side out of Hesperia. Very tough there, leading the 395 to the 138 as well. If it is an accident, visit SuperwomanSuperLawyer.com. Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky.
Cooper Valley 60 eastbound going down from Pedley all the way to Central. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Inca Martinez.
This hour of KFI is brought to you by Sunlux, your best value in solar for all your energy needs. Sunlux.com. The weekend ranges from warm to hot. We'll tell you about it next.
Attention homeowner. Interactive Mortgage has dropped rates again to a rock bottom 1.99% rate in APR. Yes, it's incredible. A rock bottom 1.99%. And if that's not enough, Interactive Mortgage will even pay your title, escrow, and appraisal fees. That's right. No points and no fees. Absolutely zero. Zilch. None. So what are you waiting for? Call now and take advantage of these never-before-offered rates. A 1.99% rate in APR with no fees whatsoever. Call Interactive Mortgage now at 844-371-CASH. That's 844-371-CASH. 844-371-2274. Or visit interactivemortgage.com.
Wait, one corporation, BDA Interactive Mortgage, equal housing up, terms and conditions apply. New clientele, minimum of $300,000 to $548,250, minimum FICO of 740, and maximum LTV of 50%. All loans subject to underwriting approval, and not all applicants will qualify. Loans made or arranged pursuant to California Finance Law License number 603-593, NMLS number 30235.
San Manuel Casino is changing its name and it's changing the game. San Manuel Casino is now Yamaba Resort and Casino at San Manuel. With 2 new casino floors, now with over 6,500 slots, the most in the West. A new high-limit room for 5 elevated gaming experiences, new luxury retail shops, restaurants and bars, and even more thrills to come. Experience a level of thrill that California has never seen before. San Manuel Casino is now Yamaba Resort and Casino at San Manuel. Details at Yamaba.com. Please gamble responsibly. KFI Financial Report brought to you by Bay Alarm. Today the Dow closed up 42, S&P up 49, S&P 500 that is, NASDAQ up 118, and the average price of gas in California is $4.40.
Bay Alarm will keep your commercial fire system in compliance so you're up to code, not up all night.
Top line weather from KFI, sun today, highs 80 around the beaches, 91 in Metro LA and OC, upper 80s and 90s in the valleys, and mid to high 90s in the IE and AV. More sun tomorrow, mid to upper 70s at the beaches, 91 again for Metro LA and OC, and it's looking like that throughout the weekend. Low to mid 90s in the valleys, the IE and the AV. Right now it's 90 in Yorba Linda, 83 in Carson, 89 in Irvine, 80 in Huntington Beach. We read local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Mark Ron.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Oh yeah, we're 1 hour away from kicking off the 5 o'clock stuff, which includes the moist line. We do have a hack for the dumpster. Somebody that's been at it all year and deserves to go into the dumpster for ridiculous things that they have said, things that they have defended. It's all coming up next hour on the building. One of the bills that Newsom signed recently is Senate Bill number 10. It allows, get this, 12-unit buildings to be built on single-family lots. The people in Sacramento hate single-family homes, single-family neighborhoods, suburban neighborhoods. They hate you. They hate your lawn, the water you use to make the lawn green. They hate your driveway. They hate the car you have in your driveway that you use to get to work. You got to share your space. Notwithstanding, it says in SB 10, restrictions enacted by local initiatives, the local government may adopt an ordinance to zone a parcel for up to 10 units of residential density per parcel. It'll get people up in arms about livable California. There's one place to go for more information is you could get your residential neighborhood destroyed by all these basically duplexes, small apartment buildings, multiple duplexes built on the property, more traffic, more cars driving up the streets, more people. Not why you brought into the neighborhood, but again, in Sacramento and San Francisco, they hate you. Let's get Attorney Stuart Flaxman on. And Stuart is going to be filing a lawsuit here saying that Senate Bill 10 is unconstitutional. How are you?
Good. A correction. I'm not the one that was filed, but there is a lawsuit that's already been filed, but I'm not the one that filed it.
Oh, you did not?
No.
How are you connected to this thing?
Well, I know a lot about it. I've been talking to the attorneys that have filed the lawsuit. And I've also been talking to the folks that live in California. And actually, in fact, they've invited me to talk to them tomorrow morning about it.
Okay, so explain how this could be unconstitutional.
Well, so how this is unconstitutional is because back in 1910, the then governor of California, who was a very much, he was very certain because he was a Republican, but he was very much a reformer, and he was kind of a Theodore Roosevelt type Republican, and very for the people. And he introduced the idea of initiatives and referendum, and he got those put into the California Constitution. That there's the power of initiative and referendum is not granted, it's inherent in the people of California. And it's even superior, in fact, to a court superior to the power of the legislature.
So does this Senate Bill 10 violate a proposition that was passed?
That is what the lawsuit is all about. It's saying that there are several sections of the Constitution that deal with initiative and referendum. There are two sections